Hi, this is Phil Wilson. I'm going to be interviewing Dr. David Jubb. We're looking right now at his two books, Secrets of an Alkaline Body and Jubb Cell Rejuvenation. Now, I was attending a big conference called the New Life Expo in New York City, and the head speaker that everyone was crazy about or wanted to know more about was Dr. David Jubb's talks. Now, Dr. David Jubb is from near Australia. He's a Tasmanian, and he has a PhD in neurobehavioral physiology at New York University and 19 years of postgraduate work. Now, of all the people I've met, and I go to a lot of doctor shows, this man is one of the most brilliant men I've ever met. And when he talks, it's really hard to understand what the hell he's talking about. But, and I don't exactly understand this, but Dr. Jubb is probably one of the experts about blood formation than anyone in the country. This is not to say that a whole bunch of my friends and other people I've met at conferences who are speakers, they know a lot too, but Dr. Jubb seems to know certain things, and I'm totally impressed, and he's going to be interviewed here for about an hour about far infrared energy and everything the body needs to heal, about heat shock proteins, about folded proteins, and everything else. And so this is, for someone who really knows their stuff, who wants to delve into it. I think he can help uncover secrets and help us all understand what we can do to give the bodies that we need in this crazy world that we're in right now in 2024 solutions to get our bodies to start functioning normally. So here is David Jubb speaking now, and I'm going to... And so, David, how are you?
Really, really fantastic.
Okay. We've known each other since the 90s, but we've only, in the last 2 years, we've known each other very well. I've spent maybe 20 times I've met with you and talked, and we love to sit there and talk about spiritual principles and how life works. And every so often you throw in some physiology that I'm all ears to hear. So let's start.
It's very amazing. We live in a time where you could be walking past tables today, where you are. You could be listening to this show. It's really like a cooking show in a way, because you put it in the background and you listen to this tape, listen to what we're going to be talking a little bit about today. And I'm positive that you're going to have an incredible insight, way more than you've ever thought. So I reckon it's a very exciting moment, actually, for us to be connecting with each other. But basically, you've got light, and dark is faster than light. Okay, so that's the first thing. Dark is 10,000 times faster than light. So we're going to just be looking at things a little bit differently than what most people have ever thought. Light, you're going to talk about it right now, is very, very slow.
Okay.
So light is like water. It's so slow, it's not going to go anywhere. Now, it takes 8 minutes or more for the light to get to us here on Earth.
Okay, from the sun.
And we're just if you look at us where we are, we're just buzzing around the sun as it's falling through space. We're traveling behind it through space. And it's falling, and it's a body which really doesn't have anything physical about it. Now, we think that when we see something out there, it's solid, and it's not, okay? It's only 0.7% the density of water, okay? So let's just think about the sun and the earth and where we are also, because I could describe to you how the earth has grown 12 times larger than it was. Most people that do not know the past. And so let's just talk a little bit about health, because everybody knows we're in trouble. We've got lots of toxin in the body for a whole range of reasons which we won't be talking about today, because you're going to hear all of that. And most people really do know that. And they must learn how to detox the body. And why not do it complete? What's the reason why somebody just gets something, but doesn't actually do the whole thing. And shouldn't you not do this in your own home? So this is really very important, because a program we've got is like you're in a spa environment, so amazing, and you've got your circumstance and you've got everything that you need to be able to get a spa experience and really truly shift a condition that you have. It really is to do with pressure on the inside of the cell.
Pressure on the inside of the
Yes,
cell.
that's right.
That sounds like there's
Exactly.
a lot of meat there. There's a lot
Yes,
of
it is, because
Yeah.
it's a quanta.
Yeah.
Now, your body, just the same as everybody else's body, can sense an atom if the atom is more or less than what should be inside the cell. You see? Yeah. Okay. So now you've got substances, which is very important, because why? Because you and I are born without certain proteins in our cells. What's the reason why you and I, where we are, the things that absolutely help people are various unique proteins that you find from drought-resistant plants. And what's the reason why drought-resistant plants have this? Because they have massive temperature differences.
Okay. So a drought-resistant plant is something that is a plant that grows in the desert.
And it can survive incredibly,
Yeah.
where lots of others can't.
Yes.
Why can't they survive? They can't survive because protein, an element that actually it's evolved to be able to have, manages the uncoupling of protein inside a cell, and it organizes the coupling of protein inside the cell to manage the pressure perfect so that your cell can function. Now, the cell cannot function if it's congested, and mostly it is congested. It typically, like all neoplastic conditions, have a siliceus of the cell. It means an inflammation of silica inside the cell. Most people have a death molecule that they've been consuming from animals, which is N-glyconeuramic acid, and it's the molecule of death
Okay.
because it cannot be broken down. It's like a prion.
Prion. Explain
Yes.
what a prion is.
Prion are little proteins,
Yeah.
which you can find in plants
Yeah.
and animals.
Yes.
And a certain percentage of it we could consume up to a certain point, and certain proteins we can't at all. You see, right? So these prions are proteins which are analogues of proteins. So sometimes they don't have nitrogen, okay, but they function like a protein. And
But they don't have nitrogen.
right, because nitrogen's supposed to be with a protein, isn't it? That's right.
Yeah.
And so they kind of sometimes you'll be missing nitrogen, but still
So they're a fake
analog of
they're
a protein.
fake protein.
Like methionine, for instance, is an
Yeah.
example
Of a prion?
of something which you could consider an amino acid, but it's sort of missing element like nitrogen.
Okay. Yeah.
And but so only just that you've got a substance which is like a protein, and it's meant to be present. So these prions, why? Because they fit to where conduction exists along your nerve, and where the junctions are in the synapses, and in that membrane there, they assist to cause conduction of the path forward, and they fit themselves in, and they cause a hard wiring more of your nervous system. Now, because they're not so easy to break down, they shouldn't be, yes? Because
Yeah.
they're actually like designed to cause you to be hardwired.
So the prion gets into the cell.
Yeah, so prion from animal protein, prion from plant and things, which people are doing enormous amounts of herbs and all sorts of things,
Yeah.
which has heavy metals in it. And
Yeah.
do they ever look at this? No. See, this is very wrong, honest. Okay?
How'd the heavy metals get in there?
Because they're all sucked up into the plants.
Okay.
And do any of these people care? No, they don't. They're not even looking at the amount of heavy metals in a lot of these plants,
Yeah.
which show up. If you do a chromium spectrum analysis on that, you're going to see that people are consuming stuff, and they're not, it's just unwitting. It's like
So
not
how do
right.
we get the
Okay?
heavy metals out of the body?
Well, plants should not be being harvested where mining has gone on and all kinds of heavy metals have just flowed over the land, because all those minerals are being sequestered and brought up into the plant to be got cleared away from the soil, sort of thing, and this sort of thing, you see. Don't just think that you're just going to go somewhere and get all these herbs, put them in glycolics or put them in alcohol, and you're going to be fine. This is just completely not natural whatsoever. So I'm personally behind people stopping to doing the things that's not natural, but learning to do what's really natural, which your table, where you are, people could look around, they're going to see a program that exists, which really is to do with the most sophisticated way that you can cleanse yourself. So you're going to be listening to this tape. I'd recommend that you're going to be listening to the other two tapes that you've got as well,
right.
And we can continue to put some series forward.
This will be part 3
that relate
this
to
is
what
part
this is.
3, yeah.
But basically, we're going to talk a little bit today, a tiny bit about cold shock protein,
Yes,
and heat shock protein.
those are good things.
Yes, they are, because
Yes.
your body cannot function without those.
Okay.
And that's the reason why my program exists.
Okay.
Fully.
Yes.
I have designed a substance which is a nitrogenated terpenated compound which assists people to clear away neoplastic condition in their body. And it absolutely blocks the wrong use of energy. It blocks it, stops it. And guess what? It turns back on the proper pathways. You see, it's very scientific. It's not like just willy-nilly. You
So
see.
what's the problem with our bodies, and what
The body, most people's
did
body.
you mention plastic, or that was
Yeah,
part of the word?
neoplasm. Neoplasm is
Neoplasm.
means anything in your body
Yeah.
which is beyond the economy of your body that's supposed to be there, and that is every disease you know.
Mm-hmm.
It is a neoplasm.
Neoplasm.
That's right.
Yeah.
Call it a lot of names, but sorry, it's a
Right.
neoplasm. That's
Okay.
it. So depending on where it went in your body, like if it's in your connective tissue, it's in your brain,
Right.
it's in an
Yeah.
organ,
Yeah.
it's throughout your body. Most people have massive amounts of stone all through their body because they're consuming excessive phosphates.
Yeah. How do we get the
And
phosphates
it makes
in?
cement. It makes cement
Okay.
in your body.
That
so
makes
you
sense.
run a pen up and down your arm.
Yeah.
You can feel it straight away.
Oh yeah, you showed me that the
I
first
ran
one of
a
the
pen
first
up and down
days
your
we
arm,
met.
and
Yeah.
straight away you go, oh my God, this is supposed to be smooth like crazy. What's
Right.
going on in there? It's like
Yeah.
a corrugated road.
Okay.
When you run your pen along your arm like that,
Okay.
you see?
That's a
It
pen,
should-
like a writing pen.
Yeah, a stick.
right.
Because a medicine person in the past, they would just give you a stick. You use a stick and you'd feel
Right.
about yourself. It's like, oh wow, I've got
'Cause
stones
you
in
did
my
that
body.
to me. You
That's
you
right.
put this pen on my arm,
Yeah.
and you rolled it up and down.
Exactly.
And then you discovered that there was something
Yeah,
not
so
right.
what I could remember doing, because I'll never ever tell you
Yeah.
what's right or wrong.
Yes.
I'm one person. I'm going to have you feel that inside because I'm hypnotizing you.
Right.
You see, because you're going to be following these instructions, to carry out success and have success and have a successful outcome. A true healing therapeutic is someone who's listening and they're going to follow through with the instructions that they're going to be getting. And I know that we're going to be coming to what this is a little more as you're listening, but we're sort of setting things up a little bit so that you can really get the answers. But today, I know that you're walking around, you're looking at all sorts of things, and this is in the background playing. I hope actually that you could really tune in because you're really going to get some positive, amazing information, even in bits and pieces, right? And that can really help you. You only get 1% of what I'm talking about. This
Yeah.
is going to help you.
Okay.
You see? Yes?
Yeah.
So it really is to do with these proteins, and they're so important, matter of fact, because without them, the cell cannot function. So let's just say that where material organises itself to be secondary in a plant, it produces certain things which assists itself to cause, to manage life and to manage the drasticness of life. And so we've got fevers we need to manage, and we've got temperature and things. And so 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, because I've been in America and we don't do Celsius here. So like I've talked about Celsius, it's
Yeah.
like, wow.
Right, yeah.
What is that? Convert it. Sorry.
Right,
Okay?
yeah.
Convert it. It's 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
Right.
Okay? Now we're in America, we use thermometers and we're measuring temperature this way,
Yes.
So, let's not confuse it with 42 degrees and all kinds of
Right,
stuff,
yeah,
which is Celsius right now.
Yeah.
Stick with Fahrenheit because that's what we do.
That's
Yeah?
right,
Right.
yes.
So it's 98.6 degrees exact.
Yes.
Why? What's the
don't know.
reason behind
Yeah.
98.6 degrees? Because potassium can only be held in a red blood corpuscle at that temperature.
So most people, a lot of people are low thyroid, and therefore their normal temperature is 97.6.
Their mitochondria of their body,
Yeah.
like in their heart, which
Yeah.
should have 1,000 mitochondria in that cell,
Yeah.
can only have maybe 40 left.
Uh-huh.
What are we talking about? A thyroid? No. How crazy. Of course, your thyroid's very important.
Right.
But you need mitochondria
Okay.
to get energy in your cells, you see?
Right.
Yeah? Mitochondria. So those mitochondria are everywhere in your body.
Yeah.
It's called a energy generator.
Yes.
You've got little packets of them. Blow a cell up to 1.5 miles big,
Yeah.
and they're going to be about a travel size duffel bag
Okay.
that you take on the plane somewhere or something
Right.
and travel.
Okay. And that generates the energy.
That's
in
the
your
size
cell.
of it
Yes.
in relation to a mile
Right.
or so, you know.
Sure.
Yes?
Yeah.
So you're looking at the size of these.
Yeah.
You're going to have 1,000 of them in your heart or your liver
Okay.
or your prostate
Yeah.
or places where you're actually producing, like, you know, proteins.
Right.
Yeah, you need mitochondria. Mitochondria gives you energy. Now, what
Yes.
happens when we slowly die? We lose all of our mitochondria.
Okay.
Why? Because sediment comes into the body and you cannot get that out. Go ahead and put sand in your camera right now and see if you can get it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead and leave your equipment at the beach.
Yeah.
Leave it
Okay.
in the desert where the sand is, and it's
Right.
going to destroy it.
Yes. Okay. That's good. Great.
It's only going to
analogy.
last a little while.
Great analogy.
You cannot get that out.
Yeah.
So that's
So,
why
so
I
if
care
this
people
happens
are
to our body,
listening.
how do we get it out?
You can't.
Okay.
So
what
let's
do-
start
what-
with that. Don't put
okay.
things into the body which you cannot get out.
Okay.
See, this is a true healing therapeutic.
Yeah.
Focus on element which is in its orthophilic state. Orthophilic means straight with nature.
Okay. Yeah.
You have to bring minerals in which is orthophilic.
Yeah.
You cannot bring minerals that are not orthophilic. Why? Because it's a heavy metal.
Now, orthophilic. How do you spell philic?
Philic. Orthophilic is ORTHIPHILIC.
Well, I like that because my name is Phil.
Yeah, well, Phil means love.
Yes, exactly. So it's orthophilic has something to do with love.
Yes, it does. It means you're focused on clearing up dichotomy in people's heads.
That sounds good.
That's
Be-
right, because that's what love means.
One of my
that's it.
one of my favorite statements is being for or against anything locks you into duality
Yeah, exactly,
and
it does.
exiles
That's
you
right.
from the
It
God
does.
consciousness state.
Yes, it does, mate.
Whenever you're for or against anything, it
Yeah,
exiles
it really
you from
does.
the God
Yeah,
consciousness state.
it sure does. So you've really got these proteins which assist to help unfold and fold protein.
Okay, unfolding, and they talk a lot about unfolding proteins and folded proteins.
Right.
And explain that to
temperature.
me and them.
See, what could you imagine actually water coming out the top of a mountain? Yes.
Okay,
Right at
yeah.
the top of the mountain. There's a spring.
Right. Okay, that's great. I can.
Now
I
you
can
look.
see
You're
it.
at the top of the mountain.
And water's just
Water's
coming
coming
of
out.
it. That's
Guess
it.
what?
What?
That's the lowest point you're at.
Okay. That means
Yeah, that's right. Let's just imagine that your head
Yeah.
is far lower
okay.
than your liver.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
It's downstream.
Okay.
The same with your heart.
Okay.
So let's set a little analogy of physiology. What's the primary organ of detoxification? Is your lungs. What's the
Okay.
primary organ that breaks protein down? It's your lungs.
Lungs does? The lung is the primary
What's the
organ. that
organ
breaks
of detoxification? Yes.
Okay.
And what's the second? Your skin.
the skin. Good.
Okay.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
So what do your kidneys do? It's got nothing to do with detoxification. Zero.
Okay. All
They
right.
do not. So what do your kidneys do? They manage all the vital element that's supposed to be to keep a colloid present in your blood.
Tell me more about what a colloid is.
A colloidal suspension. What happens when you have an orange juice and you just juice it in the heat? You're going to look at your juice and what's happened? It's all got fall to the bottom, hasn't it?
Sediment falls to the bottom.
Exactly like your blood.
Yeah. Okay.
You have a zeta potential, which causes it to be suspended. You eat crap, you're going to mess that up.
Okay.
So it don't matter what you're
in
doing.
other words,
Go past all the tables and you're not going to heal unless you're hearing information correctly from someone who cares about you. And they're focused on you getting the right information versus trying to sell you stuff.
Yeah.
As most everybody, they're into jobbery.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Right. No,
Okay.
I understand
Yeah,
jobbery.
we're living in a time where we should really care a lot
you know,
about
it's
this.
what I've realized
from people's pocket.
in the business world. I had this aha about 3 years ago that the purpose for creating a business is to give service, and the byproduct is profit. And with that profit, you can now give greater service and then get greater profit. So you can now give greater service. And so we create a vital circle spiraling upward based on service.
Yes, because, well, we can live in a world of positive and economic induction. People could look into this and get rid of usury because that's the most biggest evil of the world.
Yes.
And it's causing Gaza here where you are.
Right.
You're walking around. And why don't you pay attention to this? So we can create some administrative councils, and that's one of the major things I'm doing. But that's another story. Because all these things which is going on at the hospital, all of these things should be regulated by the administrative council that sits and actually can cause legislation to come to be in the state of Nevada here, for instance, or where you are in California, or where you're listening right now.
Right, yeah.
You know, why don't you get involved? When you ask people who's in charge, you are. You're walking around. Please know this. Not some corporate person out there. So stop thinking that, okay? You're going to sit somewhere in an administrative council and you're the ones who are going to be deciding policy for the nation. Not senior executive service whispering in people's ears, talking about corporates like pro-fit, meaning no fit. It means no fit.
Yes.
You don't have a fit when you're into a pro-fit.
Right.
You're no fit. Okay. Think about revenue.
Right.
Yeah. That's the word.
Revenue.
Your do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. Venue. Right. You're venuing things. What's that? From the land. That's what it means. A venue. Yeah. A venue means where. Where are you doing this? It means the land. And so that's where the law is. Not in your head, not in a corporation, which is all far below this, okay? So look at the law and see like Jubb versus whatever in lowercase, because that makes the law, you see. So that's something which I'm doing. Yeah. I've devoted my life and I've given my whole life to people. I've not focused on my own material possessions whatsoever. And I put myself on the front line. Yes, I have. So who's doing that? Yes, I know so many doctors, they've been all knocked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know 40 of them.
They've been knocked out.
Yeah, they're dead.
They're dead.
Yeah, right. Now, don't tell me that all kinds of insurance policies and all sorts of things like $10 million doesn't get collected. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Why are they dead?
But, because the pharmaceutical industry, right?
Yes.
And because drugs.
Yes.
There's not a single one that's not a toxin.
Right. Yes. I've always been not for drugs.
Don't tell me that I've not said that the vast majority of people die iatrogenically.
Which means?
Death by fucking medical intervention.
Yes, that's the third largest cause of
It's the
death.
highest.
It's the highest.
Oh,
they just say it's the third, but it's really the highest.
It's not. Don't. Who said that?
Right.
Where did that come from? Have a little look yourself. God help us.
Yeah, I understand.
It's the worst profession just about in the world because it's the most dangerous.
Yes.
If you climb Mount Everest, that's a profession.
Right.
You've got more chance of surviving than you've got walking through a hospital door as a profession.
Well,
let's just chill.
I don't doubt this.
Whistleblowers, are telling you the truth.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
So that's what's happened to me.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do we help people detoxify?
By coming and hearing great people like yourself on us. That's about the truth, which I've always known you 100% to be about the truth. Where you heard something, I saw, damn, it just like went on like a light bulb so big. I saw you change things around and do things. It's like, now you're in there, you see, and that's amazing. You're a great example, Phil, and I'm glad that we're connecting with each other. But basically, you've got these, proteins which assist, and so temperature is sort of very important because you've got cold shock proteins and you've got heat shock proteins.
What's the difference? Are they both?
Very important difference.
Okay.
The cold shock protein is so important, matter of fact, and I can explain how you can survive where you would die otherwise.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you a way to survive.
Okay.
Yes, today.
Yes.
And this is what I've done to help people survive.
I'm listening.
2 years ago,
Yeah.
a dentist called me up that I know.
Yeah.
You know, I need to go to the dentist myself.
Okay.
She called me up. Her husband, he would die in the hospital.
Yeah. What happened?
She asked me, Doug and it, they've let him go. What would you do? And I said, it's amazing. Because when somebody's let go, now people are asking me what to do.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, your husband's going to be alive.
Yes.
She cried on the phone.
Yeah.
Who said that to her before? None.
Yeah. So the dentist.
Here's what I did.
The doctor sent
Here's what I
her
did.
husband home to die.
No,
No.
he would die in the hospital.
Oh,
in,
yes.
in hours.
Right. Okay. What'd you do?
Got him off all the medications except for some sedative,
Okay.
a natural one,
Yeah.
so he could be slightly, sleeping a bit.
Yeah.
And we cause his temperature, body core temperature, to be dropped down,
Okay.
ongoing, 4 or
Yeah.
5 degrees
Okay.
overall.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and ice on the body.
Yeah.
3 days.
Okay.
He's alive today
Yeah.
because of cold shock protein. Because when you talk about what the difference is between cold shock protein and heat shock protein, is they work uniquely. Cold shock protein works on RNA, ribonucleic acid. That's a single strand,
Yeah.
right? And it assists to uncouple and couple. Without it, you're not going to survive where you have a high inflammation and you've got infection. You've got
Okay.
dysbiosis.
Yeah.
The body's going to shut down quick if you don't do something.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I just chilled the body
Okay.
to let it survive through that time.
Okay.
And he's alive today.
And then what'd you do after that?
Well, it'll be explained actually what was the cause of the disease, which was
Yeah.
high phosphate.
Okay.
Eating massive amount of flesh,
Okay.
non-stop,
Okay.
sediment,
Yeah.
dead food,
Yeah.
right? And this bloke went on to live food.
Okay.
And but it was just the moment of that treatment itself that caused him to live when he
Yes.
would have died.
Right.
So suddenly people started to listen to me.
Okay.
And
Good.
he's still alive. Now I've got so many examples.
How many
like
years
this.
ago was that?
So many examples like this.
Yeah.
So many. Just the last few years.
Right.
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 Last 24 months.
Okay.
I've got plenty of examples of this.
Yes.
All right. I've got one person I'm working with right now that honest to God would be dead unless it was, in fact, that they're doing things to help keep at bay all the graphene that they got, with the biologics and stuff that when they went to the hospital.
They got graphene in their body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you get it out?
That's the most difficult thing. I've got 2 products that assist to help somebody, but
Okay.
not anything much is going to do that. You've got to have the enzymes to do that.
Enzymes.
Yes. Plus, you need to actually have some things which are going to help shift things in your cells. You see, so the product has heat shock protein and cold shock protein, and they're primary substances that you can find in plants and things that do not grow on sunlight.
What about they don't grow on sunlight?
Correct.
Okay.
Grows on life colloid in the soil.
Okay.
What sort of bushes do that? Heath bushes.
What kind of bushes?
Heath.
Heath. Okay.
What's in their roots?
I don't know.
4 parts per million of various substances that you're not going to find in other plants.
Yes. Okay.
You're going to search for these things like I've done since 1978 to come together and put compounded formula together to assist people with
Yeah.
very specific things.
Yeah.
But it all relates to far infrared and a band of energy which is blocked. So when you have red, what does it block? Red.
Okay. Yes.
And what
right.
what comes through? Blue.
Okay.
Okay. So let's understand why things work.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
behind it.
Let's understand.
That's
that, yes.
right. I've used light a process to wrap people up in a red blanket. I've given them substance which I make, like this nitrogenated terpenated compound, and that treatment lasts 3 hours, and it will last about 3 months,
Yeah.
and it will shrink tumours.
What shrinks the tumors?
The treatment of bringing in nitrogenated terpenated compound and bringing far infrared in. And sometimes I would just have a sheet with me,
Yeah.
and I'd put that over the person, or a blanket red,
Yeah.
and they'd be there for 3 hours,
Okay.
you know, in the sun or just in the light,
Right.
and getting only blue light activation of this nitrogenated terpenated compound, which provides positive and negative magneton inside the cell.
Okay.
Yeah, taps it,
Okay.
and taps it. So you're filling up the cell. You see.
So how does this deal with red light, and how does it do with far infrared light?
No matter what you could think of, every single thing requires us to have, where we warm-blooded, far infrared to be able to manage to live. And when you die, you don't have any more left.
So the
You're ultraviolet. It's called a catastrophe. That's dead. You see. So can we see where life is? You sure can. You can actually run a thermal scan over your body, and you can see actually where you've got warmth and where you don't.
Right. I've seen
Where you don't have warmth, you're dying, okay?
Yeah.
You've got congestion. Why don't you clear it out? You could learn how to clear it out. You can get various substances which assist to cause your blood platelets to be unstuck, okay? And you could be doing various things like having sauna for sure, far infrared, and having this as a component of the treatment process, which is very important. You see,
Right.
You're focused on a program which is cellular rejuvenation, and you want to dissolve stone. You want to get rid of substance out of the body, so that your body's youthful again.
Yes.
So this is really cell rejuvenation. The far infrared acts upon the body, where you've got substance like Life Hydrate in your body, which is your own body surfactant.
Yeah.
This is the most powerful substance in your own body.
Now,
What
is Life Hydrate?
Where nutrient is,
Yes.
is to support your own body surfactant. You only have life because you have your own body surfactant.
Now,
And
when you
it's the
say
surface
my
tension.
body's
It's N-acetyl-neurominic acid. It's a primary substance in breast milk for our species.
okay.
It's a primary substance in colostrum that comes from the breast, the first days of
Right.
life. What's the major substance in that? N-acetyl-neurominic acid. Why is that so important? You do not have brain function without it.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you can't grow, you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
It's the major substance, like a mother molecule in your body. It actually assists you to have proper surfactant. Your blood's supposed to be only 59.6 in a dyne level, which is a measure of tension on the cell membrane. And water has about 72 dyne, so this is softer than water.
Okay.
Yeah. So how do you get that? You get this from tiny little clathrate that exists in your body, in your blood, that is supposed to be produced by your adrenal gland. If you don't have that, this is what this program is about, like the Life Hydrate, you see. It's giving you N-acetyl-neurominic acid, potassium rhodonase, and ubiquitin. Those are the 3 molecules which you must have to actually clean your internal of your cells. They actually provide these molecules which assist, which is activated by light, mate, you see.
Activated by light.
Yes, it is.
How does it do that?
This is the epigenetic. What happens is where you've got a color range which can block something and trigger something else to occur, right? So like, for instance, far infrared,
Yes.
where far infrared is existing, yes, it blocks all the red where that is, lets all the blue through. And that blue light is very, 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 sorry about that, but extremely fine versus the red. And the fine comes in,
Yes, right.
and it starts to activate cells and these uncoupling proteins, you see, which is extremely important.
You want to
be able
uncouple the proteins.
That's right, because you've got congestedness, it has to be uncoupled. You actually have to uncouple various things to be able to produce things.
So when
and
they're
you have to
when
couple.
they're coupled, you can't clean them out.
Well, you don't have an enzyme, you don't have a molecule, which is a protein molecule inside your cell, And there's several that have been studied, which is so important, matter of fact, in fever and in healing of the body itself. And you can get a sense whether somebody can be recovered or not. You can look at albumin levels of the blood, and you can straight away see, oh, this person can recover, or wow, no, this person can't recover.
Yeah.
Right from looking.
Right.
See, so you must influence this so somebody can recover. And so, like, Life Hydrate is something which will be introduced to people, because Life Hydrate is vitamin L. You make every single vitamin from vitamin L.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. See,
L
isn't that
stands for
interesting?
life.
Yes, it is. L for life. Life Hydrate. It's N-acetyluramic acid. It's a primary substance.
How do you spell that?
N-acetyl
Yes.
uramic acid. Capital N-A-C-E-T-L-Y.
Yeah.
Yes, acetyl.
Right.
Neurominic. Capital N-E-U-R-A-M-I-N-I-C.
Yeah.
Neurominic acid.
And what does that do?
That's the mother molecule in your body, and it's a primary surfactant. And anything that you do, it must impact N-acetyluramic acid's capacity, so that your body can function. Otherwise, you have no surfactant, and it means the surface tension on your body is coagulated. So meaning that when you wake up in the morning, I know your saliva has got camel legs in it, well and truly.
Yeah.
Why? Because of everything you ate the day before,
Okay.
and all the habits and everything. So when you put your saliva in a glass,
Yeah.
and it disperses into the water,
Right.
it does because the saliva is very thin,
Right.
and the mouth is very wet all the time. Versus,
Okay.
no, my mouth is dry, or I'm dry inside, my dry eyes, dryness, and these are sorts of things which come to be corrected.
Yeah.
Where someone has a proper program where you're working and you're understanding more the value of far infrared within itself, where nutrient is, where your life is. These are called epigenetics, meaning it's outside.
Explain epigenetics. I know Bruce Lipton talks
It means
about
it means there are
epigenetics.
four. Gene does not do anything.
Okay.
It's the
environment.
Yes, it's right. You're getting information from outside that's triggering organizedness of your DNA. So that's something which I've studied. I've studied how does DNA form. So most people don't even know how DNA forms.
How does it form?
Yes, it forms from aggregation, fusion, and differentiation of material, which is rolled into element, which slowly comes to be incorporated into protein and things, and it's sort of organized in the endoplasmic reticulum of your cells and things, you see?
Yeah.
And you've got organelles inside your cell. Your cell's got living with organism that's individual of its own self.
An organism, an organized.
Like a lysosome.
What's the relationship?
Like an endoplasmic reticulum.
Yeah.
These are life colloid.
Yeah.
Ubiquitin is a life colloid. N-acetyluramic acid is a life colloid. All these are living organisms and life.
Where there's no sediment.
Sediment could come to be life, because like a piece of steel can break down into bacteria, and same with a piece of bread. So that bread will break down into its starch, because you and I, we don't make cellulose at all. Cellulose is not produced in your body. If you've got proper intestinal flora here, like we've got supplement which assists people to accept proper intestinal flora, it can produce a whole array of things and everything you need. So everything that you need is produced by your intestinal tract, if you're focusing on this more. You've got formulas and you've got a program, you see, which is the most sophisticated of its kind, really, where you're happy, where you've got actual light. You've cleared away confusion. You've reduced the amount of cortisol now. You've got more of a light to go forward. Your brain's going to function far more. And, it's very neural protective. You've got benefits which really assist to help. You rest at night to sleep. You have to learn actually that the temperature should be slowly decreasing during your sleep, so you don't have a heater in a house come on at night. Absolutely not. The temperature has to be slowly reducing until the morning. Now, when heaters come on at night, you've been waking up. You're waking up, you've got to you go to use your bladder, all sorts of things. Guess what? Your house is set up wrong. The temperature and everything should be reducing slowly through the night. There is nothing in our world which has someone sets a temperature, the heater comes on in the middle of the night, and don't tell me that all babies don't wake up. They sure do. Children wake up, adults wake up. And do people really know what's going on? No, please. Focus a little more. And in this talk we're doing, actually, we're talking about temperature and how important temperature is. We've straight away said that 98.6 degrees is exact. Potassium's only going to remain in the red blood corpuscle, and it will be dispersed out of it if not. So when you keep blood at a colder temperature, all of a sudden you're going to have a hell of a lot more potassium in it and this sort of a thing, which blood transfusions of these things are truly wrong, okay? They're disgusting and wrong.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely asininely wrong. Why? Because does any of these people who give you blood transfusions, do they ever know how blood is formed? No, they don't. How come they don't have a look at one of these books, eh? And then learn a little bit about how blood is formed? But I've been retaliated against. Why? Because I am absolutely against pharmaceuticals. Outright.
Yeah.
Not a day in my life since I've been a little kid, man, have I ever been about chemicals.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's very different about me.
Yeah.
So have I ever been about vaccines? Absolutely not.
Yes.
And I've not been about any of these chemicals either.
Yes.
Because there's other things that is very important. It doesn't mean that something could help you where you are, you see?
Yeah.
But it's not forever.
Right.
And it says it's not.
Yeah.
And so we need to know those things. That's very important. But, so you've really got an environmental fitness that comes along, and you're improving it by doing things to raise your body temperature. So when you exercise and finally you stop exercising, why do you stop exercising? Because
you're tired?
you get, no, absolutely not.
No.
Because you get hot.
You get hot. Okay.
Bloody oath.
Okay, but
you think you've got to stop when you've gone physically? All of a sudden you've got to stop? Okay. Why?
Yeah.
Because you feel hot, you feel heavy, you feel like you've just reached a capacity.
Isn't it good to increase body temperature?
That's what we're saying. If you don't do these things, you're not increasing fitness.
Right.
What's the definition of fitness? It's what you've got in your body above and beyond what you need in the day. So you're actually doing things in your life to actually increase the fitness, because it's so important. Because if something comes along, like what happened to a cat recently, someone asked me to get a robo box for the cat, and I said to the owner, is the cat going to feel afraid to get in there to poop and piss?
Yeah.
And I really was concerned that would be the case, in fact. And so they never looked at the cat actually used the robot thing, because they just would struggle to actually clean the cat box always. And it was always an issue for the cat. Couldn't piss, couldn't poop. When you have an issue, you can't poop and you can't pee. This is going to cause you to death.
Right.
It caused the cat to die.
Okay.
Because I kind of was responsible. I felt.
Yeah. It couldn't,
because I felt I didn't speak to the owner about it.
Right.
Honest. And I'm responsible because I felt the owner would just buy this robot, which she did.
Robot?
A robot.
How do you spell that?
Cat cleaning sort of box. It sort of like cleans the cat box.
Right.
It's sort of,
okay.
It's that sort of robot.
Right. Okay.
But it's not designed much for cats, because
cats
it's got a blue light.
Right.
Blue light at night's going to be stupid.
Okay.
Wrong design.
Okay.
Got blue lights at home in your night. Wrong. You don't even know about this. How bad is that?
Right.
Looking at screens, all sorts of things, not with a blue tint, which we should.
Yeah.
You're reading a lot of stuff. You're close to these machines. These machines and the magnetics is not made for you and I. It's made for the machines.
Right.
It's military grade.
Yeah.
It's not made for us at this moment. We're expendable.
Okay.
In the picture, as you can see. Yeah. But so you've really got a fitness and an environmental temperature really changes, which really cause this. And then you can note that where infection is, where tumours are, you've really got these cold shock proteins, which is so important, matter of fact, because you can decouple and you can actually reduce the amount of secondary proteins which is being produced where somebody has an infective type of a condition going on and dysbiosis in the body. We have a small story about that, and you can increase it by raising the temperature as well.
Yes.
Yes.
So in other words, there seems to be a relationship between cryotherapy, getting the body very cold, and saunas, far infrared saunas.
Too, because some studies, like they'll do thermal stuff on the blood, as you know.
They'll do thermal what?
They'll take the blood through and put it in a warm it, and heat it, and raise it to be 104 degrees.
Okay.
And keep it there for 2-3 hours.
Okay.
You see, so it knocks out all the dysbiosis. Can't survive in that temperature.
They do that inside the body?
life, I want you to know, is
Yeah.
extremely temperature sensitive.
Yeah.
The reason why people have a fever is because
To heal,
no,
to detox.
no.
Why?
They probably wouldn't have got a fever if they didn't have to detox, but most people do need a detox.
Yes.
But what happened when you got a fever? Your core temperature dropped.
Okay. I thought when you have a fever, your core temperature.
You're going to get a
increases.
fever if you're going to go out there.
Right.
Your body is going to be cold for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You're going to get a fever.
Okay.
That's the cause of a fever.
Okay.
It's not because you were in a sheep pen or a chicken pen or you ate chickens and all sorts of
Right.
stuff that they reckon. That's crazy.
Yeah.
These chickens all die because of their mass. They're not cared about their lives
Uh-huh.
and stock. And they freeze to death a lot, or they've got substance they ate and given. Now they've got temperature and their body core temperature drops.
Uh-huh.
Drop 7 degrees
Okay.
and you're going to die.
Okay.
Drop 4 or 5 degrees over a period of time for 2 hours, you're going to have a flu.
Okay.
That's what causes a flu.
Okay.
Nothing else. So if you miss the bus, it doesn't come late at night, you got to walk, you're in the cold.
Right.
You're in a hot bus, you're in a bus at the back of the bus and you're going somewhere and you get hot boxed.
Yeah.
You sleep, you put the blankets over yourself, you bury yourself into a pillow and everything, you get hot boxed. The temperature comes on at night, heats you up, you got too much stuff, you get sweaty, you get hot boxed. Otherwise also you get cold. And when you do those two things, it sort of happens, you can end up with a fever.
Okay.
That is the cause of a fever.
Yeah.
No other reason is the cause of a fever except for toxin, which does the same thing.
Okay.
It changes your body temperature.
Okay.
So I work with substances which assist to cause people to have a quanta.
What's a
And
quanta?
It means I'm looking at your temperature. I
Okay.
can tell where your blood flow is.
Okay.
And then people doing that? No. That's crazy.
How can you tell where people's blood flow
I can
is?
feel it like that. I
Oh.
can scan it.
Right.
I can just run the back of my hand
Right.
and guess what? I can hear your voice and I can tell where heat is in your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, many things, mate. Could be tuned in like a computer, way more than a computer.
Yeah.
You think you could actually organise a computer, a robot to do what I do?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. So,
No,
so how
because I've got more room in my brain
Yeah.
than 10 internets for the whole world. And you do
Good.
too.
Okay, good.
Okay, so there's
Yeah.
nothing can outpace
Yeah.
a brain
Right.
that's on fire.
Okay.
That works.
Okay.
Okay? And get things lined up.
Right.
You see? And so it's really, people are experimenting out there, doing other things, honest. It's not right.
Yeah.
Get on a program, honest, which really are going to assist you clear all substance away from your body, which you need enzymes. Get with the heat, work with the heat, work with the program that you're actually sweating and doing things. Now, if you don't sweat, you're going to cleanse? No. Why shouldn't you accelerate your cleanse 600% actually?
How do you do that?
And this is what we should talk about.
Yeah.